And moving to Russia, where the Kremlin has labeled the United States as an enemy, reportedly for the first time. The remark was made by Vladimir Putin's president.
It is a scene reminiscent out of the Cold War, and the message, well, it couldn't be any clearer.
Yeah, 3 Russian warships and a nuclear-powered submarine arrived in Cuba a few hours ago. They're taking...
Now, we look at whether the dollar is losing its global dominance. International Monetary Fund's data reveals that US dollar's dominance as the world's primary reserve currency is slowly eroding.
The Pentagon also deployed warships and aircraft today to track Russian vessels as they make their way to Cuba.
That's right. Last week, Moscow launched vessels toward the Caribbean for a series of planned military exercises.
However, MarineTraffic.com shows one of the ships came within, get this, 30 miles of Key Largo, Florida.
The G7 summit kicks off tomorrow. We told you about the agenda yesterday. There's a host of issues that these leaders have to address. But one thing stands out, and that is tackling Russia. The G7...
Vladimir Putin displaying his displeasure with American support for Ukraine. So Cuba announced that these ships were coming last week, and today...
Barnes accused of plotting to conduct a mass shooting right here in Atlanta at State Farm Arena, hoping to spark a race war. This is according to the FBI. So the Department of Justice says Mark Pareto told 2 undercover FBI agents about his plan to shoot African Americans and other people of color. An investigator said that he wanted to target a concert.
That's right. That's right. Peace to you and yours. You and yours. Peace to you and yours. Welcome, 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 welcome. Greetings to all. Peace to you and yours. Welcome to KTL Plus presents Saturn Day Night Live. Yes, indeed. This episode is titled Monkeys in the Middle. Monkeys in the Middle. That's right. Shout out to all of the family in the building on this beautiful Saturn day. You dig? Salute to everybody pulling up. You dig? We will do roll call in a few minutes. I'm going to let y'all fill in into the room and whatnot. This is one of those impromptu pop-up type of things and whatnot. Shout out to everybody in the building. You dig? We're going to have a wonderful, wonderful show tonight. You dig? Yeah, we're going to have a beautiful conversation. We're going to talk it out, you know? We got some things to talk about. So make yourselves comfortable. Hopefully we won't be here all night, you know what I'm talking about? But yeah, we will be here for the good remainder of about another hour or two. If it turns into one of those shows, who knows? You dig? Who knows? I mean, it is Saturn Day. You know what I'm talking about? There's a fight taking place. I'm skipping the fight to talk to y'all. I was gonna wait till after the fight, but I was like, let me go ahead and get this conversation out the way. You know what I mean? Because we'll be here to the wee hours of the morning. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do the roll call. Okay, let's do the roll call. Tonight is another one of those faceless type of things and whatnot. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. I promise you. I like the vibe. Let's go ahead and put the little background music on this thing. Fuck that. Let's make it suspenseful and whatnot. But I like this. I like the little vibe that we get, especially on a Saturday. You said Tank is gonna serve him. I'm not saying that homie is spooky, but he's giving upset vibes. He's giving upset vibes. You know what I'm talking about? You know, Tank made the nigga flinch, but he's giving heavy upset vibes. I don't know. They both southpaws. You know, I'm going with the Scorpio. Scorpios been having a bad summer. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't know. Tank is a Scorpio. Scorpio's been down bad. You know what I mean? Scorpios are down bad this year. So I don't know. We're gonna see. You know what I mean? He might be one of those Scorpios that pull through. But the way shit is looking, God ain't feeling us this year. We might have to sit this one out. But yeah, these niggas is like super welterweight, 135. I was like, am I seeing things? And these niggas is very light in the back pocket and whatnot, but they get busy though. You can't judge. I don't judge nobody on size. You know what I'm saying? There be niggas out there built like Glorilla, knock your top off. You know what I mean? So can't judge nobody on their size. That means nothing. You know what I mean? That means not a thing. You know, I seen some people big like Gerald Levert. You know what I mean? You would think that they had hands and whatnot. They just literally teddy bears out here. You know what I mean? Got put on their back pockets real quick. So just know, don't judge a book by its cover. But we'll see. We'll see. You want to put some bread on it? You know what I'm talking about? You really like that nigga? You don't put some. Nah, I ain't gonna bet against them. I ain't about to do that. That's what I'm not about to do. Shout out to Tank. Shout out to Frank. You know what I mean? That's his name. Young Frankington. Pause. You know? Let's see what he got. I know what Tank got. Let's see what young Frank got. You know what I mean? We'll see. But yeah, it's a lot going on in the news. I woke up to some very disturbing news and whatnot about this draft and shit. You know what I'm talking about? But it was right in alignment with the conversation that we was having on the last show about monkeys in the middle. Damn. Shit crazy. My son's 16. You know? And he'll be 18 soon. You smell me? So I'm not feeling this shit. You know? You said, what did I draft? I'm talking about the motherfucking draft for Uncle Sam, nigga. Uncle Sam draft. Niggas is sending you niggas to war. All of you young whippersnappers, they got something for that ass. They got something for that ass. But we're gonna talk about it tonight. We'll get into it. You dig? Let's go ahead and do this roll call. We got Normal, Illinois in the building. Lamron, what we doing? Denver. T-Dot. Hey there, Delia. Sanford. Where y'all at? Where's the family? We got East Flatbush up in this thing. We got Cali up in this biatch. San Francisco. Oh, you starting Juneteenth early? Blessings. Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? Harlem. Milwaukee. Sedona. Bay Area. Jersey. Phoenix. We see you, Phoenix. We see you, Strong Island. I'm talking about. Yeah. Norfolk, Virginia. Norfolk. Heads up. You know what I'm saying? Get your get your kente cloth and your motherfucking dashikis out the cleaners. We're gonna be coming out there very, very soon. I'll give you the date. East New York, Jamaica, Queens, or the Mondem. You from the island or you from Queens? Talk black to me. You know what I'm saying? Durham, Philly, Boogie Down. Boogie Down, did you see that hip-hop documentary by the good brother Tariq Nasheed? I need feed black. I need some feed black. Athens, Georgia. Houston. Yeah. FBAs. Niggas go sign up, fight for your country. You know what I'm talking about? Go get on your G.I. Joseph shit. You know what I mean? Go handle that. Yeah, you Captain American ass niggas. Go handle that. You know what I mean? Go fight Vladimir Putin. Because that's what y'all want, right? Go ahead. Go handle that business. We'll be over here with your baby mamas. Oh, this Jamaica, the island. Okay, Bomba Clot. Breh, breh. Salute, man. Light one up for the man them. Where are you from? Kingston, Westmoreland, Tifley. What part? Where you from? Them? Where you from? Yeah, 18 to 6 to 26. Yeah, they trying to knock all of the youth off. We'll talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. This one right here is gonna be talked about, and they want the sisters too. All you Henrys, you want to be Henry and not Henrietta? Well, nigga, they got something for you too. They got some fatigues. All of you shorties out there twerking on top of the cars and whatnot, go to war. Go to the war. Go to the front lines. Go to Russia. We don't want you anyway. Denver, Colorado. That's what Uncle Sam is saying, not Uncle Phil. You know what I'm talking about? I had something better for you, but obviously the American government is sick and tired of you niggas, and they ready to cut the fucking numbers down. Monkey in the middle. I told you before. People is like, oh, Red Pill, what does this have to do with us? Why are you talking to us about the Zionists? What does this have to do with us? We have enough problems at home. Oh, really? Well, according to Uncle Sam, my nigga, you got new problems. It's called World War III. And you need to get familiar with what the fuck is going on, because this one right here is a spiritual war. This ain't no regular war, family. Little Timmy Hayrule, Offset McDonald, little nigga playing video games in his room all the time. Yeah, he's going to war. But this war right here gonna be on a video game type of level. They playing VR, AR. It's gonna be like Call of Duty. And you know they got 3 years old, they got little 3-year-olds spanking niggas on Call of Duty right now. They nice with it. They flying drones, they doing all kind of stuff. Call of Duty, war. What's all of the video games? Those semi-simulation video games. Oh, they ready for war. Modern warfare. Oh, they've been training you little guys. Oh man, damn. They've been waiting. They've been getting you right. War's here. Russia's on the border. Yeah, war is here. You better study some geopolitics and understand what the hell is going on around the world, because they just made this thing a global thing. They got deals with the Ukraine for 10 years. They out here washing money. They over there killing babies and whatnot, blowing grandmothers to smithereens in Rafah, Gaza. Oh man, they want to get your baby's hands dirty. You know what I mean? Same thing was taking place in the 60s when the people were waking up. And what had happened was they sent them niggas to the war and got them knocked off. Remember that? You seen dead presidents? Young, beautiful black men with afros and whatnot was waking up to their black power. They were realizing that the government was a joke. To be honest with you, them niggas was woke. Remember that? In the 60s? And then Vietnam swallowed them up. And then they came back home, dope fiends. And then they put them on that boy. And then that boy turned into that girl. And then that girl turned into that crack. Yeah. Reaganomics. So they've been saying that they got to cut the numbers down. They've been saying that the useless eaters is getting out of hand. They've been saying we don't have nothing for this younger generation. The jobs are scarce. We giving it to AI. So what else you think they're going to do? OnlyFans is crowded. You're going to war. Not only are you going to war, you're going to nuclear war. Not only are you going to nuclear war, you're going into the AI war. You fighting robots. You fighting against drones. You fighting against autonomous robots. You fighting against humanoids. You fighting against cyborgs. Oh man, they're gonna make this. Whew. Man, I'm thinking it might be a little 10-year war. Yeah, they sending all them niggas wearing the shiesties. Y'all going to the military. You know what I'm talking about? You niggas with them poo shiesties on and them black Air Forces. Yeah, they got something for you niggas. Society is too ratchet. It's bottomed out. Too many useless eaters. And they done brought the immigrants up in this bitch. The buffer nations to replace you, right? Because they're a little more obedient. They can be programmed. See, they not as woke as you are. It's the problem. It's you niggas got too woke. Same thing that happened in the 60s. You dig? Same thing that happened in the 60s. This is from a playbook. But we'll do a more deep dive on it as we progress. We'll do a little more deep dive. Let me take you to an article for the people who might not be familiar with what's going on. You just hear me, you might think I'm rambling. House lawmakers propose plan to automatically register all men for potential military draft upon turning 18. So this was on May 24th, while people were distracted, worrying about what's going on at Drake's house. While people were distracted, focusing on Diddy in the hallway with Cassie, they was out here pushing bills and pushing P. You know what I'm talking about? Where people were distracted, trying to figure out what's going on with the big slime and whatnot. Hey, they was like, let's squeeze this one through while nobody is watching. This should have been a little more, should have made more noise. You know what I'm talking about? Where are our congressmen, our constituents need to know? You know what I'm talking about? The constituents need to know. Because this involves our future. They're preying upon the children. Now, we do know that the numbers in the army at an all-time low. They out here driving SRTs and Dodgers and whatnot. I think if the army says we're gonna give you niggas free cyber trucks, like if they get down with Elon Musk and they say we're gonna get you a cyber truck and an Airbnb rental or a Toro, niggas will sign up like they did back in the days. You know what I'm talking about? But now there's no incentive. They're like, nah, I'm gonna do an OnlyFans. You know what I'm talking about? Nah. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do day trading with Aristotle. Nah. I'm gonna go to EYL University. I'm good on the board. I'm good on selective services. I'm good on all of that G.I. Joseph shit. I'm playing video games. I could be all I could be. Xbox. They're like, you know what? Pass the bill and get these niggas up out the fucking crib, you know what I mean? Put them in these boots and these fatigues and whatnot. But the thing is, this is modern warfare. Shit different. You know what I mean? This modern warfare. You're not dealing with your grandfather's war. This is some new shit right here. If you pay attention to what they over there doing in Gaza, that's where war, that's the new war right there. That's the new war. That's the new battleground. That's the new way that they're going to fight war with AI, right? With autonomous weapons, meaning these are you know how they got self-driving cars? Well, they got self-driving tanks. They got self-driving drones. They got dogs with guns on top. And your ops happen to be Russian, and they're going to be Chinese. They also going to be African, because the Africans is riding with the Russians. So you got to deal with them. Then Russia also is linked up with the Caribbean by way of Cuba, Venezuela. So they're going to go to war with Argentina. All of the pieces is being laid out before your very own eyes. They over there right now in the G7 summit preparing for war. But if there's one thing that I could agree with. And I wasn't quote unquote born yesterday, so I know a remix when I see one. I know a setup when I see one. I don't trust no European. I don't give a fuck where they from. I don't trust no group of Europeans who are trying their damnness to hold on to power. I don't trust the Russians. I don't trust the Italians. I don't trust the goddamn Spaniards. I don't trust the French. I think they all together. I think they all are in bed together. I think they all are working in tandem and whatnot. And I would say this, that it is to their advantage if a large contingency of melanated people on this planet were to just be taken off or taken out. That's something that will help Russia. That's something that will help, they want population control. These Europeans, I don't care where they from. None of them. I don't care what country it is. I don't care what their ideology is. I don't care what their politics is. There's none of them that are comfortable with their country being taken over by black men from Africa or you niggas from America. The passport bros and all of that. Nobody is cool with that. Nobody is ready to give their daughter up to some nigga who came to their country on a goddamn inner tube. That part. The Russians are not fucking around. They're arming up Africa. Now the Chinese are the ones not to be respect. Yeah, facts. Yeah. The Russians need a front line. The Russians need cannon fodder. The Russians, they play this game of us against them very well. Name me an African oligarch from Russia, though. I'll wait. Because that's where you could really see if the shit working or not. Name me 5 niggas from Russia that's billionaires off of that good gas. I don't know. I ain't seen them. Have you? Have you? I'm not a big believer of the military. Shout out to all of my veterans out there. Salute, we be rocking at the American Legion, and salute to all of them that fought for their country. But too many homeless, too many PTSD, too many manic depressive, too many hooked on that. All of the crackheads is veterans. How about that? Let's start there. That whole wave of crackheads, them the Vietnam niggas. How about that? How did that help you? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, them niggas be tossing and turning. Like, they don't sleep well. I'm just not sold on that one. They didn't give them women and the men from Tulsa, Oklahoma, they reparations. You niggas want to go to war? Be my guest. I know mad people in this community who got children the ages of 18, and every other day I see pictures, especially during graduation season, be people popping out of the woodworks. This my son is graduating. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know you had a son. That little niggas looking like Kevin from BMF. I didn't even know you had a little Kevin. Right? Everybody got some grown ass children, so if y'all don't want to talk about doing something at this point in the game, then there's really nothing that we can ever talk about ever. Like, it's a wrap. Like, it's nothing. There's not a fucking thing that we can talk about. Not a thing that we can talk about. Because this is when it gets serious. This is when it gets serious. And if we can't, and if people, because I don't like reactionaries. You niggas wasn't serious yesterday. So I don't trust you being serious today. But this gonna have to be a conversation that real serious parents, yeah, this is the new level of, the homeschooling shit was cool and everything, But the same way that we had to put our minds together during the Jabberwocky days, how to protect ourselves, and we had to stand on business and be like, I'm not taking a shot. Well, now moving forward, we're gonna have to stand on business and be like, I'm not sending my goddamn progeny into this killing machine. I'm not sending my progeny into this quote unquote death trap, because that's what it is. So the expat, the you got all of these sovereign niggas running around. Let's see who paperwork really works. There's a lot of Russians out here driving trucks. I mean, shit, the Russians is deep in America. You know what I'm talking about? The Russians is deep in America. You said the spiritual war we have already won. There's nothing left but you're gonna have to show me some receipts that we won the spiritual war. I just need to see some receipts. You know what I mean? Sound good. I need to see receipts now. I do. And I need to know who spirits is out here fighting and winning. Please show me the receipts. Not to say that we not. I just need receipts. Respectfully. But this right here is looking like low-key checkmate. Because every year is something. Like I pointed out earlier, they don't let you relax. They don't let you just breathe easy. They don't let you just take a breather. They continue to pile new shit on top of new shit on top of shit on top of shit on top of shit. Right? So this is just the most recent situation. But this one right here, I believe, is going to cause a lot of people to make some real big decisions. Do I take my children and get up out of America? Do I take my children and just give them that good old G.I. Joe talk and just, get them ready? You know what I mean? What do you do? What is your choice? How do you move? That's the $1 million question. Because from where I'm standing, I'm not about to send mines nowhere. I don't care what they talking about. My father, he dodged that shit. And he was proud to say it. And when we was growing up, it's either the military or the pen. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't speak on our youth like that. Nah, that's not their future, bro. Don't do that. That's disrespectful. Salute to the vets. The non-vets put me on. Yeah. But like you said, Bantu, it's wars on higher principalities. It's wars on higher principalities. You feel me? This is a spiritual war, what they call World War III. It's going down right now. Like I spoke of before, the gates have fallen. The seals have been broken. And the day walkers, they walk this plane in the daytime. The entities that I speak of, I would say that this quote unquote C-19, this respiratory, this virus, this unseen enemy, like the government was calling it, yeah, I feel like it has multiple facets to it. I do believe that people are possessed. I do believe that those nanotechnology inside of people's systems are compromising them. I do believe that people are being taken over by entities, invisible. I do believe that the mental health crisis in the melanated community is at an all-time high. And I have some of the numbers to prove it. The DV in Atlanta has tripled domestic violence, according to their records. They said, that women on women is at an all-time high. Men, husband on wife, and even son on mother and father. Lil Meech going crazy on Lucille and Charles type shit. Yeah, they said that's at an all-time high. They said that they are responding to domestic situations where you have people wiping out whole families. There was a situation that took place with a rapper. What's his name? Webby. You know Webby from Boozy and Webby. His DJ. What was the name of his DJ? If anybody knows the brother's DJ, that he took out his wife and himself. He put a long post on Instagram where he was throwing Webby under the bus and basically saying that Webby was a despicable character and he couldn't take it anymore. My question is, shit, if the nigga was so despicable, why did you take your wife out though? You could have just pulled up and you know, if you didn't like him that much, not to advocate no harm towards anybody, but goddamn it, bro, what the fuck did your wife have to do with it? He took his wife out and he took himself out. Is that type of shit taking place right now? I would encourage anybody who's in a situation, DJ T Gutter, I would advise for anybody in a situation where shit is spicy in a house and there's some type of confrontation taking place, you might want to remove yourself. Feel me? Live to fight another day. You might want to remove yourself, because keep it a buck with you, right? One thing is for certain, two things are for sure and whatnot. People are the conflict that people are going through right now, the inner conflict, shit is crazy. Motherfuckers are snapping like twigs in a hurricane. And people are becoming more violent. And I have a feeling that the 5G has something to do with activating people. Give me a Scooby snack, because I feel like I'm an investigator. I feel like investigating this one. I really do feel like that the nanotechnology inside of people's bloodstreams, the shit that's causing blood clots and people to fall out. Yo, shit crazy. How many people, athletes in particular, right? Because they're active and whatnot. So they're dealing with a lot of physical contact and the blood is flowing, you know, a little more than the average and whatnot. Yeah, they're dropping like flies. Every other day I turn on the Instagram and there's a football player, soccer player, baseball player, basketball player going through injuries and sustaining life-threatening, quote unquote, because they always was getting injured, but now I'm beginning to see life-threatening injuries. There's a lot of cardiac arrests taking place. This is abnormal. Yeah, I know about Krav Maga. They was doing that fighting style. They used to do that in Midtown Manhattan. When I used to be at the wholesale district, they had a whole gym, and it was full of the hook nose and the small hats. Yeah, so the IDF, that's what they fight with. Yeah, they push that in New York, hard body. They push that in New York, hard body. Everybody is on an MF and edge right now. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. The edge is crazy. You know what I'm talking about? You might want to avoid all conflict. You might want to curve that road rage shit going crazy. Somebody cut you off and flip the bird at you. Say blessings and keep it pushing. Don't engage. People having these arguments and over petty shit. Say blessings and keep it pushing. Don't be arguing on a train, plane, on a highway, on the byways, on an e-way, on a freeway. Let people. Just let them get that. Let them get it. Don't let your ego take you to places where you can't come back from. You feel me? Because it ain't working. This shit will blow over like everything else. Oh. You know what I'm talking about? But don't feed into it. That's a word from the wise. It ain't worth it. You could live to fight another day. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, give up that parking spot. They blast. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Namaste. You know what I'm saying? And then keep it moving. It's not worth it. It is not worth it. So that's just from an observation standpoint. You know what I mean? I be walking around Atlanta like I'm ready to pop off, but even that's a defense mechanism. I just, you know what I mean? I gotta throw my shields up. I gotta throw my guard up. I don't want to attract no negativity, but I have to do my best to repel it. The days of me walking around showing my teeth, smiling and beguiling and whatnot, that's over. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. You know what I'm talking about? You're not just finna be running up on me. I don't want nobody hugging me. I'm not doing daps like that. You can't pat me on the fucking shoulder. We ain't doing none of that. We not doing none of that. We in war times. Not doing none of that. I'm doing distance, social distancing. I'm protecting my peace. And I'm doing boundary. There's boundaries on you niggas. I'm doing boundaries. I don't need no hugs. I'm good. You know what I'm talking about? I get the heebie-jeebies on these niggas. I'm good. I'm so good. There's boundaries right now. You smell me? And that's respectfully. You know? No disrespect towards nobody. Nothing personal. I'm just not with the game. Feel me? I ain't with the fake shit. And I'm just not with all of that. You know, until we figure this shit out, I ain't with none of that. You know? Because what do they say? Familiarity breeds contempt. Familiarity breeds contempt. And you can't make yourself available to everybody like that. So yeah, that's a wrap. You know what I mean? Yeah, that shit is done like the petrodollar, nigga. It's over. I did not renew the contract. Yeah, I did not renew the contract. And the deadline came and we passed on you niggas. So good. I'm so good. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how I'm moving. And I might even learn some Krav Maga if I gotta put niggas in a pretzel. You feel me? Yeah, BRICS is on the rise. Yeah, I'm a new member of the BRICS. All of my vendors is rich. Yeah. Yeah, BRICS is on the rise. He said, don't dish your hugs if we meet. Let's do the head nod first. Let's do the head nod. Let's do it like we Asian. Let's do a head nod. You know what I mean? We can bow gracefully. And then if the energy is given, then we give out hugs. It's not beef. It's no beef. You know what I mean? It's no beef. I'm still a friendly person at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But we just got to have boundaries. You know? It's just got to be boundaries. So, yes, this whole thing with the petrodollar, you know, America has a big ego. It's very ego based. You know, they're not used to getting told no. They on they diddy shit, right? And of all people, it's these goddamn Saudi Arabians, right? Wasn't they the same ones who blew the towers up allegedly? These dirty ass Saudi Arabians who, you know, they be doing a lot of foul shit over there, and America was covering for them. You know what I'm saying? America was covering for them, allowing them to get away with a lot of iniquities. Similar, I mean, to be honest with you, Saudi Arabia is Zionist with a turban. Dead ass. You know what I mean? Those are Zionists with turbans, my nigga. They're not that much different than the Zionists. For real, for real. After 50 years, death of the petrodollar signals the end of U.S. hegemony. Okay? So the petrodollar been rocking a year before the boy was born when they took America off of the gold standard. The man's in the Richard Nixon, you know what I mean? Tricky Dicky. He took America off the gold standard and put it on petrodollars, nigga. That's not real money. Fiat. I told somebody before that I'm beginning to have, you know, fiat in me. You know, the more I learn about how fake it is, the more I'm being repelled from it, and I'm moving really towards real wealth. It's not that I gave up on wealth and whatnot, but I'm just not attached to fiat like that. I'm more so drawn to crypto. I'm more so drawn. You can't serve two masters. I'm more so drawn to precious metals like silver and gold, copper and whatnot, but I do not have a relationship with fiat like that. It's ever since we went digital and whatnot, I don't even like dollars no more. I'm not drawn to that shit. I'm repelled by it. I feel like I'm a Saudi Arabian. Yeah, petrodollars. So they like, you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and close the coffin. You know what I'm talking about? You niggas is already in the grave, whole Biden and whatnot. You niggas is already in hospice. So the Saudis, who are dirty, I mean, we could get into that. We'll talk about that when we do the lecture When in Rome, because Saudi Arabia, the Zionists, and even the Vatican, they all Roman. This is all Rome right here. We're gonna show you. We're gonna roll it out. But they teaming up with the ops. They teaming up with the ops. You know? And they doing funny shit. And they moving away from the US dollar. And I don't blame them. You know? And if you thought shit was expensive before, oh Lord, just wait and see what's about to happen. So China and Russia, they've been moving away. And they convinced they little Saudi Arabians to move away and whatnot. And shit is getting real. Shit is getting real, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Shit is getting real. And I would encourage, you know, we did the roll call earlier. We got global family in the building and whatnot. Global family in the building. I would encourage y'all to start doing more import and export business with your American brothers and sisters. You know what I mean? I would encourage the brothers and sisters in the Americas to learn more about the Forex. You know what I mean? Check into the dinar, the dinar, the DINAR. I think that's the Kuwait money. You know, all of those powerful currencies. The Vietnam got a powerful currency. You dig? and of course, Bitcoin and shit like that. But you might want to begin to diversify your portfolio. Feel me? Because this empire is falling when in Rome. Yeah, the empire is showing signs of decay. Danger. Olympus has fallen. The dentist is fallen. Moving your wisdom. You feel me? So there's other things out there that's a little stronger than the US dollar. So now Uncle Sam got to flex their muscle because the last thing that they have in their bag is war. And for those of us who've been paying attention, who have not been willfully ignorant and practicing cognitive dissonance and not turning the other cheek, and we've been staring at this war and looking at it for what it is, we know that this shit is very, very ugly. It's to be avoided at all costs. Unfortunately, it's going down because one thing about the ops, they are committed. I mean, you could say what you want to say, but them people is committed over there in Tel Aviv. They committed, bro. They not slowing down. They not trying to, you know what? They're not trying to be like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna turn it down, guys. You know what I mean? We were a little besides ourselves. No, that's not what they're doing. They're even going harder. Feel me? The fangs are out. And they're showing it to you. Their fangs are out. And they're showing it to you. And people are becoming desensitized. People are becoming dehumanized. People are becoming more callous in their nature. And the people are going to perish from a lack of knowledge. If you don't educate yourself about some of these geopolitical global politics, there comes a time when you can ignore it. I've ignored it over time because it didn't serve me. It didn't have nothing to do. But now, as a global citizen, especially when you start dealing with Forex and other things, you're going to want to know what's going on outside of your window. You're going to think globally. You're not going to think locally. So anytime that you venture forth and look outside of this bitch, you just going to see that, it's a lot of conflicts taking place everywhere. Frank got knocked out. He said Frank got his shit rocked. Or black to me. Like I said, Scorpios, are the Scorpios up? We giving one to the Scorpio. On that good southpaw. I'm a southpaw too. But think about that. Think about the dismal state of affairs of American politics. Look at the choices that they've given you. You thought the choices were slim before. Oh, Lord. They slimmer now. You know what I'm talking about? They slimmer now, my nigga. Crazy. The choices are slimmer than a welterweight, baby. You dig? It's slim pickings. You got Donald J. Trump, what is he, 78, 79? Out here incoherent on the goddamn. One thing that I can say though, these men is touching 80s and whatnot, and they on the road doing what they do. They got diapers on, taking swigs of Geritol, and they outside. Regardless of what we got to say in the comfort of our homes and whatnot, these niggas is outside catching jet lag. They moving around. I think I seen Trump in 3 states in one day. How's he doing it? The fuck? Is he on a hyper train or something? How's he doing it? Nigga. So they moving around They moving around. You know? This nigga's in court. Feel me? Getting found guilty, 30 felonies, and the next day he on the road. And he almost 100. That's commitment right there. You feel me? That's commitment. What's his workout regimen? You know what I'm talking about? Is this nigga on Krav Maga? He gotta be on Adderall. He gotta be on the Addy, man. Or the Perk 30 or something. He been up for 3 days. He on the Perk 30, baby. You know what I'm talking about? What is his regimen? Shit is impressive. So if somebody is like, yo, he's out here, he's splurting out weird things. I'm like, he was up for 3 days. What are we doing? Like, let that nigga live. You know what I'm talking about? He's 80 and he was in 3 states in 1 day. You know what I'm talking about? Uncle Joe. Old Biden is out here, you know, he's freezing, the clone is freezing. But I'm like, look, man, this nigga right here, he's like 88. You got to cut him some slack. Feel me? Jill Biden looking like 98. Like, he's going through a lot. His son is in the Bing, about to be. You know? Can you blame him? He got the diaper on. He out here rolling downstairs and whatnot. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is a dismal state of affairs. And y'all out here trying to put lipstick on a pig and act like this is normality. And it's not. This is insanity. Just the fact that these are your 2 choices. Shout out to Cornel West. These are your 2 choices. They got you in lack. Billy Porter, you got Billy Porter out there kissing the ring. Shit is a dismal state of affairs. Send that nigga to war right now. So what they gonna do when they send all of the Billy Porters to war? It's a lot of them between the ages of 18. What they gonna do when all of the Billy Porter niggas go to war? Because I don't know. I was gonna say that they not going to jail, but I mean they just might. They might say, you know what, we're gonna draft dodge and send us to Sing Sing. We'll handle it. You know what I'm talking about? Well, you know what I mean? Like, we got this. We'll check us into the population. They go, we good. We'll be amongst the guys. Or there's gonna be a large contingency of them that'll be like, sign me up. You know what I mean? Just give me some Doc Martens, you know, as long as we could, you know, twerk on the weekends. Shit like that. Shit gonna look crazy. The American Army, this round for World War III, the photo shoot, crazy. Crazy. You know what I'm talking about? Bobby told us that this was destined to be over. He surely did. He surely did. So, once again, the shit show. Be mindful of it. Don't be a part of it. You can observe it, watch it from the outside, looking in. Know that this shit is bad theater. And do everything that you could do in your powers to help pull your loved ones out of the matrix. At this point in the game, do everything that you could do in your powers to unplug them. Because truth be told, it's going to be the wokeness, or rather the levels of wokeness, that's going to save them. Nothing else. They need high levels of wokeness. They really do. They need that. They need the wokeness to transfer into consciousness. Then they need to hurry up and get through the stages of consciousness to where they're at a point where they're fearless. They're not going through trauma bonding. They're not in those angry phases. You know what I'm saying? When you first start twisting your hair and whatnot, and you just angry, and the white man did everything. The white man, he's crackers. You got to get past that. And you just got to know that you the master of your universe and you control the shit. And that, you know, regardless of what takes place, whether you find yourself on the front lines or whether you find yourself, you know, on the run because you didn't want to be on the front lines, wherever you find yourself, just know that you're being challenged and that these challenges are just a part of your journey, because you'll have people out there like, damn, we can't get no relief. No, you can't. The fuck? You didn't know what you signed up for? Do we have to remind you, niggas? It's like being in college and you're in a motherfucking master's degree, and then you take one test and pass it, and then you start complaining about a next test. That's not how it works. You're going to keep being tested because you had the audacity to sign up for a test. This is your test. Don't run from it. It's not really that hard. Truth be told, the bigger the obstacle, the bigger the reward. You feel me? The bigger the obstacle, the bigger the reward. So what you may perceive as a problem, or what you may perceive as an issue, or what you may perceive as something in the way, is just an opportunity for your ass to prove to your higher self that you are worthy. Keep in mind. And I'll continue to remind everybody, none of us are inside of this prison planet because angelically or spiritually we was lit. No, nigga, you're in jail. You're in purgatory. We all are in the Bing, and I ain't talking about Microsoft. This is a descent right here. This gross physical form of Malkuth and whatnot, where you eat shit, sleep, and all of this. This is not what's up. We are in the shoe. Segregated housing unit of all of the other planes of existence. They said that there's 7 heavens and whatnot. You're not on one of those planes. You're underneath that shit right here. This is not the end all be all. This is not the final destination. Nigga, this is not a vacation. Hello. You took Spirit Airlines to fucking Malkuth and you have to crawl your way back up. And the only way that you could crawl your way back up, my friend, is through what? You have to do what? You got to pass your test with an S. You got to pass your tests. So stop acting like you came here to kick up your feet and catch a fucking tan, because that's not where the fuck you are at. And stop falling victim to your lower self. And stop thinking that you could continue to fall further and further down the ladder, my friend, because I'm here to let you know it could get worse. You could reincarnate and be a cockroach. A bug, my nigga. A dog. You know what I'm talking about? You ever seen a dog with a human face? I seen human faces that look like dogs. So if you continue to do wrong, if you continue to do iniquity, if you continue to do all of these things in the face of all of your angels and your spirit guides and in your higher self, because inside of this dimension that we're in is literally like we're inside of a box and you could be looked at from all angles, and your hands and your mouth and your feet, everything will tell on you when it's time for the time. You can't hide. You're in the fucking gym. That's what life is on this planet, or what they call this plane and whatnot. It's not a planet, it's a plane. So either you're going to continue to descend, or you're going to get into the ascension protocol. And all of these little things that we see taking place in society is just window dressing. It's all for you to quote unquote level up. Use this shit as the quote unquote weight to lift. Stop complaining, because nobody gives a fuck. Okay? And that's just the skinny of it. You know? It is what it is. Detach, resist, and listen to that voice inside of your fucking head that's trying to make sense, because we all have it. And if you don't have the voice, your ass wouldn't be on these lines listening to people such as myself talk to you. For the ones who can't hear the voice, they are lower than lower. They on that knuckle dragger level. They can't hear shit, but you can. So what's your excuse? You know what I'm talking about? Tank whooped on them. Shout out to Tank. Shout out to Tank. You know? And we can't take everything so serious, because I promise you, you're gonna wake up one day and realize that nothing was serious. It was all a test. It was all a test. Nothing. It wasn't that serious. It's serious, but it's not that serious if you could understand what I mean and whatnot. There are laws that we can follow. I am not a religious person, although, you know, I'm on my journey. I've passed through the religions on my quote unquote quest, because I was searching for some type of answers and whatnot. And I've passed through those schools of thought and knowledge, respect to all of them. You know? But, you know, we got each other's back. We got each other's back. And we're going to learn from each other, or we're going to learn from each other's mistakes. Feel me? We either going to learn from each other, or we're going to learn from each other's mistakes. Right? That's all. Because you could learn from a person who falls before you, whether they're a leader, whether they're a stranger. You could learn from a fool. So we're here to learn from one another. And it's not that deep, and it's not that complicated. I mean, you could go on some Terrence Howard levels and whatnot, but why don't you figure out the basics before you go up there? Because I promise you, you could learn from a fool the facts of life, how to make it through this bitch, because we're all being tested. And you want to pass the test with flying colors, because passing the test will do what? It will get you cleaner karma. It'll get you back to a place in which you fell from. It'll get you back to your higher self. It will connect you to your variant, the part of you that already got it, everything that you are quote unquote looking for. There's a part of you who already made it. There's a part of you who got all of the championship belts. There's a part of you, there's a variant of you who lives in all of your father's mansions. You know what I mean? Whatever your quest is for stimulus on this earthly plane and whatnot, please believe that there's a part of you who will make that shit look minuscule based on of what it is that you possess in terms of power, prestige, and all of these other things. It's not on this plane though. keep in mind, there's people who achieve what they tell you this the highest form of achievement, and they're fucking miserable on this plane. There's people who are sitting on millions of dollars, billions of dollars. They have all of the women chasing them down and whatnot, and they don't even want these women. At some point they get exhausted and tired of them, and they turn to weird things. Their proclivities change. They're unsatisfied. They're quote unquote empty inside. Right? Think about it. Don't fall for the okie doke. And for too long, passing the death, well, you have to die in order to end the test. You can't pass the test until you die. Okay? You don't know the score of the test until you die. Because you can't pass the test while you're here on this plane, in this body, you know what I mean, during this cycle and whatnot. The minute this shit ends, you get the results of your test. All of that shit plays back, and you'll get graded right there. But you're not gonna get that. You have to die. The death is the test. The death is the quote unquote end of your testing grounds. And we all got a date. We all got it. Something that you'll never be able to dodge. So just know that all of those stars outside of your window, they're looking at you the same way that you're looking at them. And they're you know, and you're like I said, you're connected to a source. You're connected to a higher plane. You're connected to a power that you cannot perceive on this earthly plane. I would say that the closest that I've ever gotten to what they call is the source is when I went on a quote unquote plant-based, medically trip. It was with the toad venom, what they call Bufu avalaris, or 5-MeO DMT. Okay, that was the closest that I've ever gotten to what they call is the source. And I had an ego death. I was able to remove the ego for a short amount of time and connect to what they call source. And it was one of the most orgasmic, elating experiences that I've ever experienced. This was in 2018. You know what I'm talking about? And it showed me some shit that I needed to see based off of who I am and my journey and where I was at that time. And it is what it is. It was healing. It was something that I could never read in a book. It was something that nobody could never whisper in my ear. I do a lot of meditation and breathing and everything. And, you know, I don't think that I could have arrived in that place. Maybe there's others maybe there are some that can. Me personally, I was able to arrive at that place by utilizing that method. I don't suggest anybody do it because I did it. I'm not soliciting you to do that. I'm just sharing with you personal experiences rather than, you know, keep it to myself or share it with my loved one. I'm an open book to a degree. There's some hidden chapters, of course. But I share this just for the simple fact that it's a part of my journey. And I'm under the impression that people are listening to these shows and they're tapped in because they want to hear about the journey. Not so much about the ego or what I think or what all of that stupid shit. Yeah, I could get stupid sometimes, and I could go fully ego on niggas. Like I'm a Scorpio, so I could go fully in my ego. However, that's entertainment. Are you not entertained? I could go fully into character because we're on the fucking internet. And I'm not retarded. I know what the fuck the internet is. And I'm up here on the internet. But I'm also letting you know that I had an ego death. And it was one of the most liberating experiences. I also did ayahuasca. That was dope. But nothing compared to the toad. I did shrooms. You know, I don't fuck with no chemicals. Nothing coming out of a lab. Hell to the nah. I'm doing natural medicines. You feel me? I got childhood trauma. I got PTSD. I got friends that I buried that I'm trying to go talk to. You know what I'm talking about? I got people that on the other side that I need to tap in with. So I'm going to the limps. I'm a space traveler. I'm a psychonaut. I'm fuck going to Mars, my nigga. I'm trying to go to Mars inside of me. That's my quest. And it's an endless, it's like the ocean. I don't think it has a bottom. You can explore your mind and you will be exploring that shit for years upon years. It's endless. It is a cavern. Okay? It is a cavern. So that's my shadow work to a degree. There's more to it, but that's some of my shadow work because I had to build up courage in order even to walk into these experiences. I didn't just wake up one day and say, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Nigga, it took me about 6 months to build up the confidence and the testicular fortitude to go ahead and smoke that fucking toad. You know what I'm talking about? I was shook daddy. My brother was like, Blue Pill was like, yeah, I spoke to God. And inside of my mind, like, this nigga's crazy. You know what I mean? I done heard it all. You know what I'm talking about? Blue is the kind of hit the blunt and then he starts taking you places. I'm like, this nigga done took me a lot of places, but he just told me that he talked to God. I think I done heard it all. I wrote him off. I was like, yeah, we're going to have to hang this one up. You know what I mean? He's reached his limits. But then that was my ego. And then I began to listen to him more. And I was like, oh, okay, you might be onto something. And I did my research and I did my deep diving. And I was like, this might be something that I need to do. And I binged on Mike Tyson videos because, like I said, me and Blue Pill used to work for Mike Tyson in the 90s. Well, we worked for his sister Jackie Rowe. But when Mike pulled up, my nigga, Mike pulled up. I was just watching Gene Deal, the bodyguard for P. Diddy, aka Brother Love. And out of all of the people that's out here throwing P. Diddy parties and exposing him, I believe him the most. Not a fan of a lot of these other people too tough. I see the psychosis in some of these other people. They need help. But Gene Deal, I listened to his story. Today was the first time that I listened to his backstory because I've seen videos on him before. I was like, this nigga's a clout chaser. You know what I'm talking about? He's one of those knock-kneed weirdos. You know what I'm saying? I didn't believe in him. I wasn't sold on the idea of a Gene Deal. But today I'm in the kitchen, you know, washing up, cleaning and shit. Got the YouTube on. and I think it was the real time, the niggas in Houston or Dallas, and I was real life. I was like, let me just listen to this nigga. You know what I mean? See what he got to say, because he always talking about something. And he gave his life story. Like, he gave his origins, like how he came up. He was a parole officer. And then he was in the street crew, and he was like an OG to Diddy. And I could relate, because where I come from, I was like, oh, okay, he's one of those niggas. Because I'm from that generation where our OGs, you know what I mean? I was able to relate. And he told a story about Mike Tyson. And that's how I knew. I'm like, yeah, this dude knows what he's talking about. Like, I could fuck with him now, because he's cool with me. I get it. And he was like, yo, Mike Tyson was a beast back in those days. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to say, nigga, Mike Tyson was a fucking beast. You feel me? You know? And the women, because this is a conversation that we need to have. The women who he was smashing, right? The women that he was smashing, they was coming to him willingly to get smashed. The word, women talk. So they talk about package size. They talk about if a nigga rough you up. Like, women talk. They know what they bought. They know what they in for. His name was notorious in the streets for he's gonna trick off. He's gonna give you some bread, but you gonna earn that money. And they was lining up, okay? And my manager, she was like a madam too. This is the late 90s. Like, all of these fake sacrilegious niggas these days on the internet, I don't come from that. We come from the streets. And in the streets, every single element is at play. I don't know about this new Teletubby generation. Y'all fake, y'all niggas is fake righteous and everything. I don't know about none of that, because low key, y'all sell box too. You know what I mean? This new culture, how it's just so confusing to me. Y'all on y'all city girls prostitution shit. Y'all cash app for the 1 and 2, but all of a sudden the shit that's going on at Diddy's house is a problem. I'll sway. I don't get it. I just don't get it, because they was with all of the shits back in the days. And these young girls is with all of the shits. These not young girls. You got these old chicks with blue hair, and they trying to revive their hoeing career. And they with the shits. I seen them in Walmart chasing young niggas. They want the young meat and all of that. And they wanna get choked out. So where's the I'm confused. Because with all of that comes a beatdown. With all of that comes a motherfucking backslap. With all of that comes some heavy-handedness. With all of that comes a drug addiction. You get drugged out, and a nigga sluts you out, and he's heavy-handed. What are we talking about? You got women running around talking about they want to be with a killer. Do you know what killers do? I can't get with this new. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm confused. Because on one hand, it's Sexy Red, Sukiyana, I'm selling sex, I'm a prostitute. That's what all of these girls is giving. They in the fucking restaurants, they don't got no clothes on, they don't got no fucking shame. It's whatever. They on OnlyFans, they having sex in Ubers and everything. But then on the other hand, they like, oh my goodness, this person, this, that person, that. Sounds like you still need more shadow work. Because I'm giving you the real? You want me to do what? Tell me what you want me to say. Please, because I would love to know. I might be too real for you, Taj. Is that Taj Tariq? But where I come from and what I've experienced and what I know, fuck what I think. What I know is it's a bunch of capping taking place. It's a bunch of this shit gets dark. But what I do know is that people like the dark. You can lie to yourself all you want. People lie. People like the dark. And the dark is, what time is it? It's 12:45. The dark is right now. So if they outside in these clubs, if how you going to you in Magic City? They got people in Magic City throwing singles on strippers who are now prostitutes. Just ain't no, these are sex workers. Nigga, this is not a dancer. This is not a ballet dancer. These are prostitutes. Okay? They sell their bodies, bro. They do anything strange for a piece of change. You could do anything for the right price, especially in Atlanta. They don't have no conscience. They don't got no morals. They don't got no values like that. That's what I seen for all of the years that I was in the underworld. That's what I witnessed. So now you got, like I said, this whole thing about women saying they want a killer, they want a gangster, they want nigga that's outside. I want to, how many bodies did he catch? So killers are violent. Killers are violent. You feel me? Killers they not no teddy bears. They not here to coddle you. They're not here to emotionally attach. These are killers who can't sleep at night because they haunted. And when you sleep with a killer, you're going to pick up all of the damn demons and all of the attachments and sometimes their karma. So once again, the hip hop music or hip hop culture or what they call as deaf culture is dealing with a level of cognitive dissonance where everybody is confused. Nobody's really standing on business. And when I step back and I look at it and I'm paying attention to it, I'm like, yo, this is a lot of hypocrisy. This is wild hypocrisy. Yes, top tier aggressiveness. There's a higher, there's a hierarchy. They dominate. The fuck? This is about domination. So women are being dominated by killers, but they have they see the Cassie tape and get triggered and whatnot. No, that shit is taking place with you and your killer, or you and your gangbanger, or you and your quote unquote, you know what I mean? All of, come on, you could please not over here. Y'all can play with the rest of population, but you can't play with that over here. You can't play that shit with me. You with a pimp? You got women running behind pimps, both female and male, and you telling me that pimps are not heavy-handed? Pimps won't beat your ass? Pimps don't smack you? There's such a thing called a pimp smack. The same shit that Diddy was doing to that girl in the hallway, that's what pimps do. They're cold-hearted. They don't got no goddamn emotion. They can't show emotions. They're callous. They're psychopaths. They're narcissists. They're sadomasochists. They like to see pain. So y'all out here doing fuckery and trying to put morality with fuckery. I quit. I might as well just become a nun. You know what I mean? Or go to a monastery, because you niggas is crazy. You niggas is crazy. And y'all expect me to navigate through a world and navigate around people that are living a complete fucking lie and confusion of the highest of heights. Nah, bro, I ain't doing it. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to speak my truth. And I'm going to talk down to all of that bullshit that people are out here. Y'all trying to put lipstick on a pig, and it's not real. I need realness. I need reality. That's not reality. That's fake internet outrage. That ain't reality, bro. And the shadow work showed me that. You know what I'm talking about? The fucking shadow work showed me that. It was when I didn't do the shadow work, I was somewhat blind, and I would be taken for a ride the same way that the rest of civilization is being taken for a ride with this fake ass narrative that people are keyword trying, because it ain't working over here. They're trying to promote that. Like, for what? Y'all are literally up here pushing prostitution, pushing gang banging, pushing pimping, pushing a junkiness. You mean to tell me that a junkie is not violent? You niggas is out here on fucking opium. You on opiates. You on perks and Xannies. That shit will make you kill. So all of that is being promoted in the music. All of that is being promoted. Oh, it's sexual liberation. No, it's prostitution. It's Mary Magdalene type shit. What are you talking about? So you pushing all of that, but then you try to dress it up with morality. You try to put the fucking lip gloss of morality on it. You can't do that. It's impossible. When you cross that line, you lost all morality. You lost all values. You sleeping with anybody if they got a cash app? You don't have no morality. The fuck you talking about? And then people want to act, oh, something happened to this and this and that person. Oh, something happened to this and this person. Bro, that's like saying a piece of bacon got fried because it was in the fucking frying pan. That's what happens to bacon in the frying pan. What are you talking about? Like, I'm not playing stupid games with stupid people. How about that? Let's start there. I'm not playing stupid games with stupid people. You could miss me with that. You could miss me with that. That's like you Muslim gangbangers. Like, what? What the fuck is that? So, nah, I'm good. Not me. Could try that with somebody else, but not I. You know, I ain't going for it. Look at Tank punishing that boy. Lord have mercy. Oh, he laid him flat. Damn, Frank. Yeah, so that's about it. You know, I think we'll be back tomorrow with sacrilegious Sundays. If it couldn't get any more sacrilegious, yeah, we just getting started. You know, I might have company with me so we could turn up together. Y'all make sure y'all go and get the tickets though. We got an upcoming event called Win in Rome. Me and Blue Pill, I'm bringing my twin out so we could cook. Feel me? Yeah, we definitely need the KT aliens to support us on this one. Show up. I want to bring another special guest, but I gotta pay them. Feel me? They not cheap either. But they want to come through and cook, you know what I mean? But yeah, we gotta pay them. So, pull up. That's gonna be on the 30th, June 30th at the end of the month. It's gonna be a movie. You already know. The Great Divine speaks through signs, and like I said, as you see with this crazy ass article that popped up, they just getting started. They just getting started. This shit about the draft is really crazy to me. You know what I'm talking about? This thing with the draft is crazy to me. So they just getting started. They're saying so much with this situation right here. They saying so much. So much is being said. So much is being said. Right? They're letting you know war is on the way. They're letting you know that conflict is right around the corner. But not just that, they're letting you know that they're going to want your children to fight their fight. Children don't got nothing to do with this situation, but they want you to fight their fight. How is that? You have nothing to do with China. You got nothing to do with Russia. You don't got nothing to do with none of that, but they want you, not you, your children more so, not you. Like I said, the majority of the people that I know on my timeline, they got children. I'm looking at y'all with y'all graduation pictures. You got 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-olds. I see them. And then they're talking about drafting boys, men and women. So that's alarming to me. That's not just something that I'm like, all right, let's carry on and move on. And hey, how about those Mavs? No, it's not. I need to talk. We need to make some sense out of what do we see taking place? Like, I'm not cool with that. Automatic draft. Keep in mind, this shit is, people is like, oh, what does the war in Gaza have to do with me? You get all of that. You get all of that. What does the war have to do with me, Red Pill? We got enough problems at home, Red Pill. Why are we talking about Russia, Red Pill? Why are we talking about the Gaza, Red Pill? We got enough problems. I need reparations, Red Pill. Well, let me give you an update. Let me give you an update. It got everything to do with you. You the monkey in the middle. Told you that before. You ain't listen. I told you the fucking monkey. You didn't listen. So conflict arises, and to my surprise, they put your ass in the middle. You the one that's gonna take the bullets. You the one that's gonna get bombed. You the one that's gonna get droned. Because over there in Israel, they got mandatory draft. Everybody got to give them 2 years. Henceforth, why when you look at the IDF, they have Ethiopians in the army. They have Africans. Melanated people are fighting on Israel's side. You be like, damn, how did that happen? Because them niggas is over there trying to be better Israel. They trying to be Israelites around Jews. So they like, sign them niggas up, the women and the men. They're gonna get their hands dirty with this genocide, so we could curse their bloodline. And that's the same thing that's gonna take place when they sign up little Timmy and them and little Barquisha. They're gonna get their hands dirty in a spiritual war that they don't even know what the fuck. They fighting a spiritual war when they're the chosen people, fighting a war to keep the synagogue and Satan in power. It's nasty work. Nasty work. You know what I'm talking about? Nasty work. So we pledge allegiance to this country and to this nation and to these quote unquote liars who just was out here knocking people off with a vax and with a bio weapons and whatnot, right? Lied to you in your face. You see that nobody is speaking about Fauci anymore, right? They don't want to. They don't care about Fauci, right? His name ain't coming up no more, right? It's on to the next one. Okay, and one of the biggest slaps in the faces of melanin people that y'all should have went to civil war if y'all was really about that life, especially the FBA niggas, right? Look at this. Why you ain't do nothing? You know what I'm talking about? Why you niggas ain't do it? You supposed to set it off. Y'all supposed to tear Washington, D.C. up. The Oklahoma Supreme Court dismisses the lawsuit brought by the survivors of the Tulsa Race Massacre. Nigga, these are 3 survivors. They in their hundreds. They in their hundreds, right? They in their hundreds. 102. And another one, they like so they sending to these people to their graves. They sending these centurions to their graves with no justice. With no justice, with no peace, with no reparations, with nothing. But you got niggas who went to fight in all of the wars for Uncle Sam and still don't got nothing. And then you got a new generation that they about to strap you niggas up and drop you out of these planes and whatnot in some weird countries that you can't even properly pronounce if you niggas didn't pass the 8th grade. Come on now. So this is what we doing with all of the teachings and all of the lessons and all of these years on YouTube that y'all was getting this information. This is where we at. Come on, fam. Nah, not me though. Like I said, all I could do is teach at this point. Content is king. I'm just cataloging everything and I'm teaching my ass off because this shit is going to be gold in the future. It already is. I'm just cataloging and capturing it all. I'm just a great observer and I'm a student. But this is where we at with it. So this is what your country is thinking. Not thinking, this is what it's telling you. Fuck thinking. This is what it's saying to you with a bullhorn. I don't give a fuck if it's the Democrats. I don't give a goddamn if it's your homie Donald Trump and them. You're going to get dealt with the same way by both parties and you're not going to do nothing. That's what's up. That's what's up. A lot of dirty work taking place, but they about to send the children to war. They about to send the babies to war. They about to send these children to war and they don't even have nothing to come home to. Country is $30 billion in debt. Niggas is getting pushed out of their cribs by migrants and shit. There's no programs. There's no nothing. But you going to war. Okay. Okay. The streets already been kind of cleaned up. They just gonna clean it up a little bit more now. This is what they do. This is what they do. They've perfected this shit over the decades. They're culling you. They're just scraping the cream off the top. They're culling you. So I guess next up is the COVID babies. You know what I mean? The COVID babies. They're gonna be the next generation that gets a shot at the championship. because they're gonna clean this. These 18-year-olds, they cleaning them up. The little streamer generation, the Kai Cenats in them, yeah, they're gonna be in the Ukraine, nigga, or the Kremlin, wherever. But yeah, let's we'll keep tabs. Like I said, I'm gonna talk to my special guest, and we'll see tomorrow on Sacrilegious Sundays. If he want to pull up, then we gonna pull up and we gonna do it. If not, we'll see you on Melanin Mondays. That part, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, y'all stay dangerous, stay focused. Let's continue to learn. Let's continue to earn. And let's continue to level up in all ways. Like I said, this is about climbing Jacob's ladder. Right? To get back to a place where this shit right here, it won't affect us. All right? So let me end it with this commercial. And we will see y'all.
And moving to Russia, where the Kremlin has labeled the United States as an enemy, reportedly for the first time. The remark was made by Vladimir Putin's president.
It is a scene reminiscent out of the Cold War, and the message, well, it couldn't be any clearer.
Yeah, 3 Russian warships and a nuclear-powered submarine arrived in Cuba a few hours ago. They're taking...
Now, we look at whether the dollar is losing its global dominance. International Monetary Fund's data reveals that US dollar's dominance as the world's primary reserve currency is slowly eroding.
The Pentagon also deployed warships and aircraft today to track Russian vessels as they make their way to Cuba.
That's right. Last week, Moscow launched vessels toward the Caribbean for a series of planned military exercises.
However, marinetraffic.com shows one of the ships came within, get this, 30 miles of Key Largo, Florida.
The G7 summit kicks off tomorrow. We told you about the agenda yesterday. There's a host of issues that these leaders have to address. But one thing stands out, and that is tackling Russia. The G7...
Vladimir Putin displaying his displeasure with American support for Ukraine. So Cuba announced that these ships were coming last week, and today...
Barnes accused of plotting to conduct a mass shooting right here in Atlanta at State Farm Arena, hoping to spark a race war. This is according to the FBI. So the Department of Justice says Mark Pareto told 2 undercover FBI agents about his plan to shoot African Americans and other people of color. An investigator said that he wanted to target a concert.
Get that cash that. Come out. Get that cash that part. Stick it in the description. Living light to the family, y'all.